Hey everyone, John Henry here, and today I wanted to take a look at some really interesting things that happened here on crude oil in terms of market psychology. So we started off the morning with just a huge gap higher, and this gap higher, yesterday we closed down at 35.94. This morning we opened up all the way up here at 36.69, so a very, very large gap up. Now, initially, when you get that big of a gap higher, you're normally going to see either one of two things. A quick sell-off for everyone who was long into yesterday that drives the market down because they're taking profit. Alternatively, you could see a breakout type move, which a big gap up and then immediate buying pressure can cause an extended upswing, essentially proving that the buy move is taking place. And not only is it taking place, but it's breaking out of what happened yesterday. And that's what we had today. We started off the morning with a relatively weak, kind of, inconspicuous white candle, not really telling us a whole lot. But then we followed it up with a massive bull candle closing very near its highs. That right there puts everyone in the same mindset. We're not going to pull back for a decent amount of time, so we need to be buying this thing like crazy, looking for an initial first big leg to the upside, assuming that we're going to just get this as a breakout type move. And arguably, that's something that you can definitely buy and buy along with that flood of buyers, and you would have easily had a nice run to the upside. Now, that run to the upside was quickly halted, and the thing that made it very interesting was notice all of these candles, right? Halfway decent sized candle, but relatively, inconspicuous. Not a whole lot going on, not very strong. Followed up by a very strong bull candle, and then a weak bull candle, and then a very strong bull candle, etc. And you'll notice the size of all of these candles are relatively close to the same size until we get this one. Now, this candle essentially kind of put a nail in the coffin of that final move. And the reason why that is, you have people who are long from yesterday, you have people who have been buying all morning today, trying to ride this move out for a leg up. We get this big leg up, and we finally get this huge bull candle, twice the size of all of these other candles back here for the last 20 minutes, and even larger than all of the rest of the candles put together. We haven't even seen a bear candle yet today, okay? So that essentially is like a gift from the market. It's like the market saying, all right, all you buyers, here you go. Here's the final portion, and I doubt any buyer in their right mind is going to try to hold past a move like that. So they close the position. Now, when they close the position, you see a little bit of a pop higher for continued aggressive buyers that maybe aren't paying attention to that move. They try buying all the way up here, but it immediately dumps right back down to the lows. Now, this type of candle, if you are aggressive, you could easily sell the close of that bull candle knowing that this is likely going to be the end of the uptrend for a decent amount of time. It might be an hour, it might be 4 hours before we come back to these highs. So it's a beautiful place to sell, looking for that drive lower. Now, you're not looking for a massive run down to fill the gap from yesterday all the way down there. That's unreasonable. Really, what we're looking for is a move back to the lows since the morning session, right? So we're looking for a move all the way down to the lows, and we had that move right there. We ticked one tick underneath that low. Now, today is inventory day, so that happened on inventories. Can't really trade that. But you can see everyone agreed on what to do here. Big drive lower. We paused for a little while. That's likely because everyone is sitting on the sidelines for news. News finishes the job and then immediately turns right back up. Now, I have this one right here circled in a green candle because you're still kind of dealing with the news and it's tough to trade. We have that finalized completion of what the sellers were looking for, and we're likely going to see the market continue back in the original breakout direction. But the problem is with the news, it's a really tough buy to get on with all of that volatility. Aggressive buyers will have bought above this looking for the move higher. Conservative traders, though, knowing that there are sellers that may still be stuck in this move if they didn't take their profits down here at the lows, they know that they're stuck. And the more and more they're stuck, the more and more you're going to see this market run. The last hope that the bears from back here had was this candle right here after this big breakout move. and it closed as pretty much a doji, right? Almost no body to it. It did close negative, but then the very next candle closes right back positive, pretty much mirroring anything that the bears tried to do right here, essentially telling everybody what's going to happen next. We are going to continue this drive back up to the highs, and that is a beautiful buy to try to ride this move up for another move about the distance of this breakout leg right there. And you can see we got pretty close to right up there before we started seeing some profit taking. So really interesting ways that we saw the market play out today. And even though there is news, you can still see those moves happen within the news. And sometimes the news is what it takes to complete a move, like we saw this morning. So beautiful examples of a bunch of different ways to get into the trades. So it's just a beautiful example of combining technical analysis with market psychology for a beautiful 1-2 punch to get all kinds of phenomenal moves in the market. So hopefully you found this enjoyable. Hopefully you learned something, and we'll see you next time.